guys. I had to get on here and I wanted to share. I just was in this Zoom group, for people. I mean, I don't know. I think the group was 10, maybe 15 people, but they split us off into groups. And it was so interesting um, how we all took our turn and we like one person would think of a question in their mind, and then we would go into a meditation, like a 2 or 3 minute meditation, and like whatever came to us about, like, they didn't say the question, they didn't even say the question, they just thought the question. Whoever we were trying to focus on, they just thought the question, and then we would all go into meditation as a group, and whatever came to us, right? And then the timer would go off, and then we like each had our turn to say what we saw in that like 2 or 3 meditation and how it would resonate with that person's question. Oh my god. My particular question, like, what? But what I found was so interesting to me is how I just loved how I was able to, everybody's, we only had a group of four people in our room, and how everybody's vision to me was so different, so different. Um, but I did want to share about the man that was in the room going through, so what came to me in my 3 minutes is like, it's just this gray, this darkness, like this dark space. And I'm like standing at this old farmhouse, like on this like long driveway, right? And like I see this old farmhouse in the distance, and it's like falling in, and I'm at the like long gravel driveway, and I see the old farmhouse in the distance, and there's this like black gate, and it's just like creaking, and just like it's like so like one of those scenes, right? And it's like this black gate like creaking in the wind, right? And I walk through the gate, and there's this wind that comes over me, and like instant like chills all over my body. And so I'm like walking up to this farmhouse, and I like step on the steps, and they like things about to fucking fall in. And I like look to my right, and there's this like old farm swing just like creaking and like swinging in the wind, like the paint's like peeling off of it, right? It's about to fall in. And like I go to like reach for the doorknob for this old farmhouse, and I don't even touch the doorknob, and it opens, like the door opens of this farmhouse. And I walk in, and to my right is like, it's completely like almost dark in there in the house, right? And to my right there's this like one chandelier, like old chandelier, that's like lit barely lit, just kind of like swinging, right? And then I look down the hallway to like where I would assume like the kitchen would be, and like the hallway itself is like morphing, like not of linear lines. And then to my left is a staircase. So I go up the staircase in meditation, and there's 2 rooms at the top of the staircase. One is like an old bathroom, and there's this old like Victorian bathtub that the water's just on running, and it's like overflowing like onto the floor, onto like the old tiled floor. And then on the right was this room with the door closed, but there was this light, like a bright light shining from underneath the door frame. And so I obviously opened that door, and there's this like bright light beaming, like a light beam in that room. And she says to me, or it came to me clairaudiently in a female voice, she says, "I've been waiting for you." And then the timer goes off, and I come out of meditation. And so we all go around the room, and we share what we all experienced. dude was dude was going, he had been married 40 years, going through a divorce. Like, I had no idea who this person was. I had no idea what his question was in his mind, or any history of him, why he was there. He seemed like he didn't seem like I had no idea, right? And when I told him about what I had experienced in my meditation, he was pretty emotional about it and got emotional. It's like, I've been married 40 years. I'm going through a divorce, and I, don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I feel like I could be like reaching my higher self, and really trying to figure out who I have always been and actually am as a person. And I told him, I'm like, when I was in that space with that light, I like knew that was your inner being, like your true self. And the fact that it said to me, I've been here waiting for you. Dude, that was like one of the coolest groups I've ever been a part of. And then the other two ones that the other two women that were in there, like my 3-minute meditation for them, whenever they were thinking in their mind, they were all so different. Like the dude was like, I came to me as a dark space. Like one came to me. I'll just tell you about all three. So the other one, and you obviously don't know who these people are, so I don't feel bad sharing. But, so that was the guy. And then the other chick, I got an envisionment of this seed that was like, it was a seed in the ground, and it was just like, it was like struggling, right? Really struggling to come up out of the ground, like to sprout, was what I saw. And, but there was this troll. And trolls, if you know anything about the trolls in like that realm, they are like all about earth, and they're like grumpy kind of beings, and they're all about the minerals, and they're very earth oriented, and they love treasure. They love little trinkets and treasures and whatever. And so, and they're very protective of the earth itself, right? But anyway, so this one troll came, and it was really protecting this space where this seed was trying to like pop up. And so I see it like protecting this seed space, and then I see this like line of trolls, like from a river to the seedling. And what were they saying? Oh, they were chanting, right? They were passing buckets down this line, like assembly line, passing buckets of water to this seedling in the ground. And they were saying, water it and watch it grow, water it and watch it grow, water it and see the gold. And then, so they were chanting it, passing the water, and then watering it, and then all of a sudden it just like sprouted like crazy sprouted into this big oak tree, and then the acorns were gold, and they were like falling from the acorn tree. And it's just crazy how that resonated with that woman. And then the other woman, it was so funny because I envisioned myself, I was in a canoe. I was just struggling in this canoe, just like struggling upstream, really paddling upstream. And then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And so I threw the oar in the river, turned myself around, and then just let my canoe like drift down the river, and then just like laid back in the canoe and just chilled. And like the sun was just so like intense and warm on my body, and and then that whole song from Jungle Book came to me, and Like, look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strifes. I mean the bare necessities. That's why my soul can rest at ease. For I don't know. Anyway, you get it. Just the bare necessities of life. Like the whole song started playing. And then like in cartoon form, I'm not in cartoon form, but in like cartoon form, the monkeys start like falling from like, like coming down from the trees, like holding onto the tree with their tail, but like coming down to me like on top of the canoe and like bringing me all these fruits and all the things, like the whole fucking movie scene, right? And so I like moved from that in the canoe, like it eventually like drifts out into the ocean, and I drift out into the ocean and the canoe like banks up on this beautiful island, and I step out of the canoe, and the sand is just like the softest sand I've ever felt in my entire life, like in meditation. And then I look to my right, and there's like this whole romantic like setup on the beach, like candles, everything, like beach romantic dinner. And then I come out of meditation. She needed that message. Oh my God, that was the coolest thing. Anyway, I thought I'd share. With the one, with the inner being. That's what it's all about, right? Everybody has that light, and it's shining. It might be down a creepy ass gravel driveway in this creepy ass farmhouse, and you may have to go up these halfway fallen down decrepit stairs and through this door to see it. But just like it came to me, it's there waiting for you.